and go drive it like it's stolen. I've been living wild, I'm just going through the motions. Stumbling out the Uber, grab my hand, gave me the notion. Swimming in your water, but it feels just like the ocean. I can't lie, I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. On my mind, I can't lie. On my mind, I can't lie. Pull you down till you dry. Pull you down till you dry. All the time, ease my mind. All the time, ease my mind. I know that you're dangerous, I'm addicted to you. I was sipping more for 2 years straight to the face. Champagne belly bubble still won't go away. Last year my best man hit a stain with bad face. Now he's gotta help behind the water's cold case. I wake up with pain sometime and never go away. Wonder why I balance to my knees when I pray. In my city gritty, gotta keep it on your waist. Or you might be a victim, they'll find you DOA. I can't lie, I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you.
What's going on, YouTube world? This is God I Seer, and I'm back in here with another one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, peace to everybody that's listening. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you share this message. Share this message. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. If you listening, share this message. Hit the like button. And while you here, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know, without further ado, I'm just gonna dive in. So yeah, like I'm tapping in with y'all again and shit, man, just to kind of go over. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about fake spiritual practitioners and new age fairy tales. So again, that's fake spiritual practitioners in new age fairy tales, new age fuckery. You know, yeah. So just to jump into this, for one, I know a lot of you are curious about spiritual work, spiritual magic, as we may call it. And if you want to get deeper, some of you are curious about the underworld, the occult. But see, this is the problem. Your infatuation with something that you really don't know much about, and your curiosity can definitely harm you. It can hurt you. It can hinder you. This is something that you must take seriously if you are to embark on a journey of self-discovery. People like to play with all types of things. They like to play with Ouija boards, and they like to play with tarot cards, and they like to play with candles, and you know, the basics. And you know, I mean, those things can be used as tools, and you know, but like we we kind of graduated from that, and we still use tools when we need to. um Myself and what I would call experienced healers, workers, masters, whatever you want to call it. But what I've noticed is lately I'm seeing a whole lot of people. This been going on probably for the past 5 years or so. Especially like the last 5 years, it's getting even more common now. But even an average person around the block is dabbling in spiritual work, is dabbling in shit they know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? And They watched a couple of TikTok videos and Googled some shit. Now all of a sudden they feel like they are a master at this. They feel like they can take on the world. They feel like they can do anything, and they have not yet gone through the trials and tribulations and the tests that it takes, the initiations that it takes to get to a certain level in your level of self-discovery, your level of mastery. This is self-discovery we talking about. So, to the fake spiritual practitioners and to the new age crowd, you know, this right here should be a warning for you to not be so quick to jump into something just because you saw it on a TikTok video or you saw it on a Facebook group and you getting bamboozled by fake readers bombarding your email and your DMs talking about let me read you for $1 and shit. And a person that knows nothing about spirituality at all, and again, that shit right there is just a lot of that right there is just beginner shit. And you haven't even mastered that. You still getting fooled by spam in your inbox, but you feel like you haven't even mastered that part yet. But you feel like you ready all of a sudden to go to another level and start sitting down working spells on people and you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other. You don't even understand universal law. You don't understand that when you sit down and try to do any type of spell work on a person without their permission, you are breaking a law. You are getting in the way of that person's free will. And so when you do that, you know what happens to you? Maybe you don't. Especially if the person that you sit down and try to do the work on or try to send something their way is one of the divine ones or a person that has been ordained by source, by the ascended masters to come here to bring in a change, to raise the frequency of the planet. You then will have to experience that energy that you sent out in ways that you can't even imagine. So how can you call yourself, how can you be, all of a sudden you watch some videos, all of a sudden you did that, yet you don't even know how to decipher between who's actually tapped in, someone who has intuition, someone who can actually read you without the cards, with or without cards and shit like that. With or without, you can't even determine who's who. You think that, these fortune tellers, as they call them, can sit down and tell you your whole life story because they sent you a DM. You know what I'm saying? Or because they wear crystals around their necks and these fancy garments and shit like that. But you still don't know how many people could be frauds. It's a lot of fraudulent shit going on. And my ancestors came and told me that I need to speak on this bullshit. You niggas is fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? And again, when we talking about fake spiritual practitioners and fake teachers and fake new age new age nonsense, then you're talking about people who are agents of confusion. Their job is to confuse you. Excuse me. Their job is to confuse. So I guess, and honestly, I'm not one of those people that's into all of that shit. I'm not on that. You know, absolutely. Do I know it? Absolutely. Am I very familiar with different spiritual concepts, rituals, and things? Absolutely. Am I familiar with dark and light? Absolutely. Of course. I would have to be. I would have to be able to understand duality for me to be sitting here talking to you. But the thing is, the problem is, most of the people that you listen to and you take advice from know absolutely nothing about duality. They don't know the difference between dark and light energy. They don't know the difference between dark and light. They don't know how to they don't know how to work with the energy. They don't know that this shit it goes way deeper than that little kitchen magic that you're doing inside your house. That's cute. But when you do shit like that and you don't know what the fuck you doing, you just at the end of the day, you causing yourself confusion. You in your kitchen with some matches and a piece of paper, you gonna be done burnt your fucking house down because you in there trying to do some shit you don't know nothing about. Instead of doing that, you should start with self-discovery, self-analysis. Get in tune with yourself. Find out what are your deepest fears. What are your deepest desires? What parts of yourself needs work? You know what I'm saying? And from there, you should build a connection with your ancestors from your family. Start there. And you just start there just simply by building you a simple altar space. If you have room, it could be a small table, you know, get you a white candle, get you a glass of water, get you any type of pictures of those ancestors, get you some items that represent those ancestors. If they like cigarettes, goddamn it, put you a pack of Newports on the altar. If one of your past overs like cigars, put you a cigar on there. You know, put some fruit on there every now and again. You know, that don't go bad quickly. You can't go wrong with fruit. You know what I'm saying? Do that. And if you're not 100% sure what they like, you know, meanwhile, you can't go wrong with water. You can't go wrong with certain fruits. You can't go wrong with stuff like that. And usually you can't go wrong with alcohol. But when you're using alcohol, be mindful of the alcohol that you use. Because every ancestor don't like every drink. And if they don't like it, they'll let you know. So it's okay once you learn how to communicate with them. It ain't nothing to be afraid of. So you might want to just start there with basics, the simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? Start there. Because a lot of people want to go from 0 to 1,000 in 10.1 seconds. And you haven't even started cultivating the energy within your own self. Yet you think you can sit up in a kitchen and do a spell on another person when you don't even know how to even work with your own energy. How the fuck do you think you can manipulate somebody else's energy when your shit ain't even together? But you call yourselves spiritual practitioners, but you're fake. And I'm just here because this is causing confusion amongst a lot of people. I don't even really like to speak on this or use my time to speak on that type of shit, you know? Because there are so many more important things going on right now, but this is important too because it's causing confusion amongst certain groups of people, especially people who are beginners on their spiritual journey and their path. And everybody is at a different level. And again, a beginner, whether you are beginning, you know, when I say beginner, I'm not saying beginner in the form of just because you just now starting to delve into spirituality and spiritual work. I'm saying beginner because you probably are a baby in your life cycle. See, we reincarnate here, and this might be your first life cycle. I don't care how old you are in the physical. How old is your soul, basically? You know what I'm saying? And again, I can speak on this because I know, because I've gone through it multiple lifetimes, been here. But then you got people who, you know, a lot of things that they haven't learned, and we all are still learning something. But when you just now trying to learn things in regards to spirituality, don't feel like you can just go and, don't feel like, slow the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Take your time and learn and cultivate within yourself. You get excited because people make shit look good, because these agents of confusion that you see on TikTok and YouTube and all of these fake ass spiritual practitioners that you see, or people that you got in your communities, and people that I hear about that's on these Facebook groups and shit like that, that I don't subscribe to any of that. I'm not in any of those groups. None of that, because that's kind of like, like, we dealing with mastery over here. Like, we already pretty much graduated from that shit. But there's still useful techniques and tools that you can use as it pertains to magic, though. Even when you graduate, there's still things you can do. You know what I'm saying? With tools, I mean, because you get to a point to where you don't even need the candles. You don't even have to pick up a fucking object, and you can direct energy, and you can shoot energy anywhere in the fucking universe. You can shoot that energy anywhere you want to and make it do what you want it to do, when you really know how to alchemically, you know what I'm saying, shift elements around. How to work with the wind, how to work with the fire, how to work with the water, how to work with the earth. You know what I'm saying? How to use that. How to work with the ethers. How to move shit with your mind. Telekinesis. How to sit there and make shit rattle just by focusing your intent on it. How to move objects. This is the levels that you want to get to. You know what I'm saying? In order to get to that level, you have to let go of the ego. You got to stop thinking in terms of, you know, attacking people and thinking that it's all about, oh, I'm going to do this to this person, or let me go get my love interest back. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to, like, come on, man. Like, we should be graduated from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the things that you can be trying to do with your power. You sitting up in the fucking kitchen, in somebody's kitchen, trying to call some nigga back to you because you hurt, or trying to call some female back to you because you fucking hurt. You're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's meant for you will be for you. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why you doing that is because you haven't found the true love within yourself. True divine love is found within oneself. A person that seeks outside validation, a person that seeks love outside of themselves, truly don't love themselves. If a man or a woman walking the fuck away from you causes you to doubt yourself, causes you to feel like you can't live without that person, then that means you still have work to do within yourself. Because when you get to a certain level of self-love, the frequency love, then you don't have that problem. And a lot of y'all be talking about, I love myself, but you sitting up here crying and bitching about what somebody did to you, and you can't get over it because you feel like something is missing. But what's missing is the love that you're supposed to give yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's all a process that we all go through. We all done been like, if you a master at this, you definitely done been hurt. We all done been hurt or betrayed by somebody. And yeah, that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you thought that had your back, somebody that you thought was really connected to you. You know what I'm saying? Family, relatives, relationships, whatever it may be. People that you thought was really with you, as you begin to awaken, you'll find out that a lot of these people is fucking fraudulent. And so you have to go through that shit in order to know how to love oneself. If you haven't gone through betrayal, if you haven't gone through any type of heartbreak or some shit like that, you're not going to know what the fuck true self-love feel like. But when you go through that, it's how you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And so to get to what I'm saying is, you don't go and try to, work some type of shit on somebody, you know what I'm saying, doing this little kitchen magic and love spells and shit. I know all about all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know about it. I've been asked to do it. And I always tell the person, no, I'm not doing that. Like, that's come on. Let's level up. I don't get asked to do it now. I used to. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they used to ask me to do it. I personally feel like that shit is kindergarten shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is fucking kindergarten shit, doing that type of shit. It ain't gonna lead to nothing, because even if you got the person that you're trying to get, it's not gonna go well because that person doesn't even voluntarily want to be with you. Then you're gonna be going back to the person you went to that you got to do it for you to get that same person to break it for you. You know what I'm saying? Get off of that shit, man. You got fake spiritual practitioners out here pushing this shit, and they'll tell you anything in order to get your fucking money. And you pay them. You pay them thousands of dollars to do this shit for you. Not just the spiritual practitioners, but the fake TikTok teachers and the people out here spreading the agents of confusion. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and people, if you don't think that fire burns, oh, fire burn. Because there's too many individuals out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to fuck with the wrong shit and fuck with the wrong people. You know, doing spell work on the wrong people. Some people you just don't touch. You shouldn't even be doing that shit anyway, unless you have a very legitimate reason. You know what I'm saying? If somebody has not tried to cause harm unto you, you should not be trying to cause harm unto them just because you feel some type of way, or you just envious, or you just mad. It's just mad because somebody got a like that you don't, or somebody worked harder than you to get something or to get somewhere that you didn't because you wasn't willing to put the work in. You have your path just like the person next to you got their path. You should never envy another person because you don't know what that person had to go through in order to get to where they are at. You don't know shit. You just assume that this person easily got to where they got to. Therefore, you sit up in your kitchen. You go on these Googles and shit looking for ways to hurt or harm somebody else through shit that you don't even know nothing about. Meanwhile, the person you trying to harm that's walking around with a smile on their face is the one that you might not want to fuck with. You don't know what they know. You don't know who their ancestors are. You don't know what type of spiritual team they got around them. And you don't know you could be fucking with a master. And when you go and you try to do shit, or when you try to go and pay somebody to do something, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So if that energy goes toward that person and that person is protected and that person is very skilled and they know how to send that shit back, you or somebody close to you is gonna really find out how the fuck fire feel. Cause that shit burn. That shit burn. Just like water is wet. And it's just like a little kid. When you was little, didn't your mama tell you not to go playing with matches and fire and lighters? But every time you did, you found out when you first time you touched that shit how hot it get. So when you playing with this and you going and you doing these things and you call yourself a spiritual practitioner when you know you don't even know what you're doing, and you know you have not properly taken the steps to be trying to tell others how to do things, you, my friend, are playing with fire. And this is the age of reveal. All the fakes will be revealed, and all that has been done in the dark shall come to the light. This is happening right now. None of these niggas and fakes can hide no more. If you notice, all the fake shit is getting exposed. Like everywhere, on every level. When this goes for spiritualists, fake spiritual teachers, fake friends, fake family members, fake entertainers, and all that shit. You got niggas like Diddy finally getting exposed for shit that we've been saying for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. It has to happen now. There's no more gatekeeping. It's no more fraudulent shit. So you better be on the side of authenticity, because when this wrath comes down, and it's coming, it is very close, you want to make sure that you are in a place of righteousness and authenticity. Because if you standing over there with the fake shit because you done listened to somebody that you heard, or you done went to somebody that just because you know what I'm saying, you was so eager to get some shit done to somebody, not thinking about the consequences, then you, my friend, are going to be on the wrong side of the storm when it comes. And again, take this message as it resonates with you, and do the work. And if you do it, be genuine. Because when you start focusing your energy inward, you start learning how to go deep within yourself, how to work with alchemy, you know what I'm saying? How to become a master of oneself. You know, we all are here learning. Some of us are getting our masters. Some of us are just sophomores and freshmen at this shit. And that's okay. But make sure you go about it in a way that's going to set you on the right path to self-discovery. You become your most powerful when you focus your energy on your own power. Because when you focus on other shit, you're focusing outside of yourself. So when you're trying to do spell work, or when you're trying to take somebody's money because you know they don't know better, you know what I'm saying? People be wanting things done, and you know what I'm saying? You a fake practitioner, or you might even have some type of skill or ability, but you using it for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying? So that still shows that your level, even though you might have some skill or ability, that your level of understanding is still not, it's not at a place yet to where you have graduated, because if you did, you wouldn't even have to do that in order to get money. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have to miseducate and misguide people in order to get money. So why a person calling you asking you to help them do something, if you know what you doing for them ain't right, if you know that that shit is in the long run gonna come back to harm that person and potentially you too, why take their money and do that? Instead, how about telling them to pay? How about allowing them to pay you to explain to them why they shouldn't do it? You know what I'm saying? So again, all the fake has to be exposed. Again, I don't usually talk about all of that type of shit, you know? Um, but if you need help in any way, if you need help or assistance in any way, and you don't want to be misguided, if you don't want to be misguided in anything to do with your spiritual path, if you just starting or whatever, or wherever you are, especially if you are advanced, I love talking to people from different levels. Like you can always reach out. You know what I'm saying? Info at thehouseofancestors.com. Because this is what I do. I was sent here to do it, and I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? But again, keep doing, raising your frequency, raising your vibration, and doing the work. We ain't got time to be sitting up nowhere trying to, you know what I'm saying, play with fire and all of that shit, man. Get off of that. You gotta learn. You gotta learn oneself. You know what I'm saying? Cause a lot of people out here, like, you know what I'm saying, like, they just started learning some of these things, and then all of a sudden now they walking around like they got this shit all figured out, like they masters. And like, no, like, it don't work like that. Like, no, 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 no. Like, we all have to continue learning, and you better humble yourself on this ride, because this ain't no ride for the weak. Especially when you really get into it. When you really get into oneself and you understand energy and how energy actually works, then you begin to see this shit ain't no game. You call for it, you ask for it. Oh, it's going, and you gonna get it. When the universe, when you call for something, you think you want that shit until you actually see, till you actually meet darkness face to face, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Till you meet Satan and you meet Set. You meet all of that shit face to face, till you meet all of it face to fucking face, and then you running somewhere looking scared because you done some shit and don't even know what you doing. But you gotta face that shit in order to get through it. And you have to become light. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to be on the right side, the side of authenticity, not fake shit. And where I'm from, you know, I always want to say peace and ashe. I want to say peace to all of my ancestors that supported me through it all. I want to say peace to the masters that supported me through it all, that's working with me from the other side, energies that you can't see. Always with me. I fear nothing. Nothing. You shouldn't either. But in order to get to that point, you have to face any fears that you have. Any fears that you have. And so I always pay homage to my ancestors. You know what I'm saying? For real. And where I'm from, you know, when I started, you know, waking up to my skills and abilities, I had to go through some trial and error with working with energy and doing magic and this, that, and the other when I first got into, when I first discovered my abilities. But I wasn't reckless though. And I had people around, I knew people that had my best interest. You know, you want to have somebody that has your best interest and that's not trying to take advantage of you when you learning, that don't just want your money, that don't want to see you fucked up and tell you to go do some shit and you come back fucked up and you got to pay them again to get you out of it. They keep you in this loop of having to keep coming back and forth to them to pay them money. No. See, this shit was before. You know, I've been privy to this long before you started seeing shit on the internet, before all this internet shit, before there was a TikTok, before you started seeing all of this on Facebook and Instagram and places like that. You know what I'm saying? I come from that school, you know, and I come from that place. Yeah, you know, on the physical sense, I'm young, but my soul has been around for a long time. And even being young in this lifetime, I started earlier, you know what I'm saying? Waking up to my abilities. And where I'm from, you know, there were people who were in the community that were shamans, you know, there were root workers and conjurers and healers. I have them in my family, in my very fucking bloodline, family. You know what I'm saying? It's in my lineage. So if I had any type of questions or anything, and these people you not gonna find on the internet, the most powerful people at that time was not on the internet. Some of us, we in a newer day. So we get on here sometime to because we have to get the message out. But the problem with the internet is a lot of people that's new, they can't distinguish between who's real and who's authentic. This is why it's important for you to first go within and learn yourself. Learn how to cultivate your intuition. Quiet your mind so you can listen to that inner voice and let it guide you to who it's supposed to guide you to. You know what I'm saying? And never forget, once again, if you need any assistance from me, if I can be of assistance, you can always email me at info@thehouseofancestors.com. I'm here to assist. My services are not free, but I don't want your money. I'm not going to tell you some bullshit. I am good. Trust me. And I really don't even like dealing with certain things. I really like to focus more on the information and higher level information. But I do understand that there are people who are just starting out on their path who need help. And if it's my calling to help, I'm going to help. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I can be of assistance to you. If I feel like you're not a good fit for me, I'm going to tell you you're not a good fit for me. I'm going to tell you what I feel like you should do. And I not only will do that, but I will point you in the right direction of people that I know personally who will take care of you if you need assistance in certain things. If you want to walk that path. But be mindful, people. Again, man, we talking about fake spiritual practitioners and new age nonsense. New age fuckery. All this new age. People trying to do things they know nothing about, sorcery and all of these things. Yes, these things are real and they help if you know, but it's a lot of fake shit. Don't get lost in the sauce. If this video is helpful to you, please like it, share it, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, y'all share this on your social media. I want to see this popping up on y'all social media. It don't take much to hit the share button. You feel me? Hit the share button. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of let's get some real content circulating to balance out the scales with all of the fake misinformation that's being promoted online about the how spirit moves and how spirit works. Let's promote some authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Once again, you know, let's do that. So yeah, that's what we doing. Like, share, subscribe. Once again, man, this is God I see. And oh yeah, a lot of energy goes into these messages. More to come. If you want to donate, please feel free. Usually don't even give out my cash out, but I'm gonna do it tonight. $ EYEAMCURRENSY. That is I as in the word I, EYE, am currency, spelled with EYE, as in your I. I am $ I am currency, and you should um see me pop up there. So again, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you'll see HOA there. Just look for the HOA. You know what I'm saying? Just look for the HOA on the Cash App. It'll come up, and you should see the logo there and all that too. So you'll know it. Just, as long as you see that logo that matches up with the same logo that you see on my YouTube, and you see HOA up under that name that you see there, then you know that's me. You know what I'm saying? So once again, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and tapping in with me and shit, man. We gonna be back again on YouTube soon. So I'm gonna be uploading more soon. I'm gonna try to keep this more consistent and get back on here. And if you haven't already, man, make sure y'all tune in wherever you are in the world to Order the Ancestors Radio every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern. And you can stream that on WDRB Media by going to WDRBmedia.com and clicking the Listen Live button. Every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to WDRBmedia.com and click Listen Live to catch me live on radio every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern on Art of the Ancestors Radio. You can stream that also. You can go to WDRB Media on iHeartRadio, on Apple Music, and you can also stream WDRB Media on Alexa. And remember to stream it at 11 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. And make sure you get there right before 11 p.m. because I'm only on air for 30 minutes. I'm giving you 30 minutes every Wednesday. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Also, so check that out, man. Listen, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I know I've been still talking. I've been saying I'm going to go for a minute, but listen, we just vibing and we chopping it up here on YouTube, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. It's God I see signing off. Peace.